this lecture, we will talk about premarital sex, the pros and the cons. Now, societies differ considerably in their rules regarding premarital sex based on the norms of tradition and religious beliefs. In an article by Sylvia Smith, who is an expert blogger, she entitled this article 10 Pros and Cons of Sex Before Marriage. Now, Smith suggests that when it comes to physical intimacy before marriage, faith has a lot to say about what boundaries an individual would set. Most religions suggest or expect that you keep yourself pure before that big day, while those who do not follow a faith, or at least not strictly, seem to be in favor of engaging in physical intimacy before marriage. Now, what is premarital sex's advantages and disadvantages? Is having sex before marriage good or bad? So if you are somebody who is not influenced by a particular faith and who has a neutral perspective on physical intimacy before marriage, you might find it interesting to explore sex before marriage, pros and cons, and the reasons why some save themselves for the big day, and the reasons why others explore their sexuality before marriage. Now, after I review Smith's top 10 pros and cons of sex before marriage, I want you to let me know your thoughts. Okay, here goes. So we will deal with the top 10 pros of sex before marriage first. Number 1, establishing sexual identity. She states that if we do not explore our sexual side, we cannot grow naturally and develop into it. And that means that we cannot truly understand where our sexual identity lies. 2, developing sexual experience. She states that if you are considering marriage and settling down, you wouldn't marry somebody who is too childlike or naive at life. 3, assessing sexual compatibility. She states, let's face it, while marriage requires more than physical intimacy alone, physical intimacy is an essential component of a marriage that requires effort and attention. 4, identifying sexual problems. It would make more sense to see how you work through such problems before marriage so that you don't spend your married life dealing with such issues instead of enjoying a beautiful relationship. 5, better understanding with a partner. Smith suggests that once you get into a relationship and make a choice of sex before marriage, your understanding with your partner becomes better. The efforts put into marriage are done beforehand, as sex plays an important drive to help you both understand each other. 6, better communication of feelings. With sex before marriage, you are able to communicate your feelings better. This is because sex also connects two people on an emotional level. So this helps you both interact in a better way and shed all the inhibitions. 7, higher happiness rate. A relationship that involves sex witnesses high levels of happiness. The partners feel content with each other, and there's an added advantage of relationship fulfillment. 8, general reduced stress levels. One of the benefits of premarital sex, she claims, is that partners have less stress and arguments in the relationship. They reach a level of understanding and security that allows them to worry less about the relationship. 9, better intimacy with the partner. It's not unusual to be in a relationship and to be physically attracted to your partner, but then to end up being completely turned off when things become physically intimate. 10. Better health. One of the reasons to have sex before marriage is that it is known that sex leads to better health. And even if you have a delayed marriage, but your sex life is healthy, it can contribute to overall good health, fewer mental and physical problems. Okay, so that was the top 10 reasons to have sex before marriage, according to Smith. Now let us review the top 10 cons of sex before marriage, according to Smith. Okay, she asked, is premarital sex bad? Check out these disadvantages of sex before marriage so that you can make the right choice whether or not it is right for you. First, loss of interest. Partners might lose interest in each other and grow extremely comfortable. This will kill the attraction and make the partners stray away from each other. They might want to move out for further adventure and excitement. Second, fear of pregnancy. Smith suggests that there could be a constant fear of pregnancy, and this can be troublesome because without a legal bond, a lot of countries do not allow abortion. There can be a lot of chaos in a relationship and other aspects of life. Third, fear of STDs. If someone has multiple partners, one of the reasons why physical intimacy before marriage could be a disadvantage is because there is a fear of sexually transmitted diseases. There are more chances of adultery in relationships, and this can be scary for the other partner. Fourth, lack of focus on other aspects of life. One of the problems and dangers of premarital relationships is that people can be so focused and over-invested in the relationship that they might forget to balance the other aspects of life. At a young age, people might lose focus on important areas in life and pay undue attention to sex and relationship, which can turn out to be bad and unhealthy. Fifth, fear of breakup. There's a constant fear of breakup in a relationship before tying the knot, and sex before marriage can worsen the situation because after being so connected to a partner, both emotionally and physically, it will be devastating to sever that relationship. 6. Single parent situation. Consequences of premarital intimacy can be accidental pregnancy and child abandonment, where one partner would have all the stress of single parenting. Pregnancy can also be a huge stress for unmarried couples, and it can cause severe damage to the relationship if there is no legality in the relationship. 7. Hurting religious sentiments. If either of the partners belongs from a religious setup, it can hurt the sentiments of the family and the society, as many religions ban sex before marriage. So it can be difficult for people around either or both to accept the relationship. 8. Lack of maturity. There can be a lack of maturity at a young age, and the decision of premarital sex can negatively impact the life of both partners if they don't have enough knowledge about it. Further, it can also deviate from other aspects of their life. 9. Moments of guilt. Establishing a sexual relationship is put on a high pedestal because the emotional investment involved, and considering this is still not an acceptable norm in modern society, there can be moments of guilt thinking whether or not this is the right decision. And 10, less understanding partner. There could be chances that although sex could seem great, your partner is not supportive or understanding. This can lead to intimacy with your partner from your side, while your partner might not be contributing to that level of intimacy. So what do you think of this article by Sylvia Smith? Do you agree with her 10 pros and cons of premarital sex? Let me know your thoughts.